Hey guys, it's Sam. I thought I would do a little update for you guys on my personal rings and how I'm using it very functionally. I do have my planner stack over here, which I will update again if I'm using any of these books or all of these books and how I'm using them. But for now, my Go Everywhere with Me planner is my personal rings. And now that I've settled in, I thought that it would be time to share. All right, so before I get to the flip, I wanted to thank you guys so much for your support. I was very much not seeing this planner chaos of the new year coming. And yes, I have flipped back and forth, mostly between personal rings, Pocket Plus rings, and bound books for the last couple of years. After using my Hobonichi Weeks and only my Hobonichi Weeks for, I think, 8 months out of the year last year, I was really just not expecting what that paper change did to my brain and how unsettled it had made me feel. So I was not expecting a change in my planner lineup and I obviously struggled with that a lot. But thank you so much for your support, your words of kindness and encouragement that you left on my last video. I'm hoping that everything is going to be smooth sailing from here. I wanted to give a special thank you to Michelle for the coffee. I really appreciate it. And also thank you to my haters on that last video. I had a lot of engagement. I'm really going to enjoy that extra YouTube money that I made. I'm real, and if you're here for real, stay tuned. So this is, like I said, this is a very functional setup that I have here. I have such minimal deco that I don't even think that it's worth mentioning. Um, Nor do I probably remember where most things come from anyway. I don't remember where this came from. This is from Peanuts Planner Co. I believe she does sell physical items. This I made. Um, yeah. So I have just today re-added a couple of things that I felt like I was missing. So I had said before in, I think, the last video that I didn't want to add too many things so that the planner would be interesting for you because it's my planner and I want to use it very functionally. But I've noticed how I have been using it and I thought that I really needed to add an inbox. I believe this one is a freebie. This one is from Plan with Bee. And I don't know how much I'll use it, but I think as many places as you can get things into your planner to be able to just quickly jot things down without worrying about where you're putting it is better. Because the more important thing is to get the stuff out of your head, at least for me. All right, this one is very clean because I just put it in here. I also have a today little stack of Post-its. And I think that these might be from U Brands actually. I think that I found these at Target. And then for now, I just have the dividers that are from Filofax in here. I did order yesterday from Soft Paper Studio her custom dividers. And again, I wanted to leave these numbered ones here until I was pretty certain how I was going to be using this planner and what sections I would actually need. And that might change. It's not going to hurt anything. The dividers are under $20. So if 6 months down the road, those sections don't apply anymore, no harm. I do keep a lot of these Filofax rulers and other things along the way to help my brain know where to turn in this book. So the first section is going to be my calendar section. And so this is the Filofax insert, the monthly from Filofax. And they do have an option, I believe. You can either choose a Monday start or a Sunday start. And my brain has now gotten used to a Monday start in the calendar. There were extra pages for this that I took out, I think, or no? Okay, maybe I didn't. So I think that I will go ahead and take these pages out because if you're trying to keep a more minimal planner, all pages count that you can get rid of. Okay, so I really like this layout. I said in my last video that I thought that I would go ahead and use this section over here for my cycle and intimacy tracker, other female stuff. I'm not sure, obviously, because I haven't filled it in. I'm still a little undecided. I mean, I have another tracker that does that in my pages. And I just feel like that can be a little bit more easily hidden if I don't feel like sharing that. So I haven't committed for now. I'm still also debating about using this as a steps tracker. So I'm not sure yet. But the good news is I don't have to make a decision about it right now. So I have all of 2025 in here, and I really do like the Filofax. I really do like the Filofax paper. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. I feel like it's just right. Um, Anywhere that I do have this, is that vellum or acetate, or I don't know. It's all from Peanuts Planner Co. So I like that hers are all black and clear, and it just gives a cohesive look. My second section is my weeklies, and these are from Peanuts Planner Co. as well. This is a custom. Well, it's a custom that's built on a freebie. So if you don't mind all of this being divided in two, then you can get it for free on her Facebook group. Otherwise, you can see if she has her customs open. But this one works pretty well for my brain. I have thought that I might like to go to this is all backwards, but the Filofax week on 2 page insert, except this year, I think everything that I'm seeing online, it has these QR codes that they've done with some kind of Filofax app. And it just looks very distracting to me, that QR code, and I am not a digital planner, I'm a physical planner, and so I don't want that. I've considered also getting a custom Filofax insert, because you can get the custom and you can elect to not get the QR code. So we'll see. For now, this one works, and it does work for my brain. Just sometimes I feel like jotting a little bit more down, but this has been working pretty well as far as this weekly. And then something kind of newer for me is using a daily consistently. I've historically been a weekly planner. And so one thing that I think has been a bonus of moving to rings again is that I'm able to completely change my mind week to week on what I want to use in my planner. So I'm pretty much all day long going to a couple of different sections. And something that I have been doing to make this very much functional for me is, even though this is paper that I'm probably not going to keep at the end of the year, and I just historically have not kept my ring pages. If I have things that are coming up in my week that I'm really not sure about whether or not they're going to actually happen or not, I have a hard time writing those things down. Less so in the rings for obvious reasons than like a Hobonichi Weeks or another bound planner slash memory book. But I have been utilizing a bunch of sticky notes, and that has been really, really a good game changer for me. So I put here to call about my televisit because I haven't filled out a daily yet for Monday, obviously, because it's Saturday. Um, but I've been carrying around these little transparent notes, and I just jot something down and I stick it somewhere. I really have liked that. But I have a lot of things that happen throughout the week, but they don't have to happen on a particular day. And then I have, in particular, a team meeting that happens. It can happen once a week, it might happen every other week, it might happen once a month. But historically, those have gotten rescheduled, canceled so many times that I refuse to write it down in my planner anymore. So if I'm setting up a week, this is generally what it looks like. So I have a bunch of, I think through half the year, I have these all printed, cut, predated, and so these are here and ready as far as that goes. But then I sit down and I look at what I have going on in my week. So I don't have it written down yet because I usually do that on Sunday. But let's see. So Monday is the day that I need to call about my televisit. And then now Tuesday, I work from home that day. I have my televisit this day. And then my husband also is going to be officiating a funeral. And so I know that I have that. And then Wednesday I have Bible study. And then I don't think that we have anything going on a particular day this week otherwise, except for church on Sunday. So what I will do is I will come in, and I know that my goal is to do at least 2 weightlifting workouts a week. And then I really like these kickboxing ones, and that helps with stress. And then I really would like to get a flexibility one in a week because I really kind of suck at doing those. So I'll come in and I'll look at my week. And some Mondays I have a ladies Bible study. And so I don't want to do a workout and then have to take a shower right before I go back out again. So I know that that's not this week. So ultimately, I think that I would like to do my weightlifting on Monday. And then Tuesday after my televisit, I will be hopefully doing my kickboxing. And then Wednesday, I might do something. I will probably just walk because if I don't have to do something on Wednesday, I don't. If it doesn't work out in my schedule otherwise, I do. So I'll put my weightlifting on Thursday then, and then on Friday, I will do flexibility. And then the weekend, I'll either rest or just walk. I'll also put down my team meeting because I'm pretty sure that I saw on Teams that we were going to do a team meeting on Monday, but I don't think that that's likely to happen. So I'm not going to write it down. So this is messier than it usually is when I'm getting it ready for the week. Not that it really matters. But I just wanted to kind of show you how I'm utilizing page flags and post-it notes throughout my planner to kind of try to help me keep my crap together. And so as I go through the week, if I do this weightlifting workout on Monday, I write it down, and this is where I do my workout tracking. And then I just take the page flag back up, and then I put it back over here. And so I kind of have that as my home base for all of these things. So that's how I use my weekly. And then this is my daily section, and this is kind of an anything goes, completely messy. YouTube notes, life notes, running to-do list, grocery list, meal plan, anything. And as much as I have preached from the hills, that's probably not a saying, shouted from the rooftops that I hate paper that doesn't have lines or grids. Again, these pages are not being kept. I don't care if it's sideways, backwards, upside down. I just need to get the information out of my head. And I just did this one day because I had that paper available to me. And then it was just, oh, wow, I really like how free this is. And I don't care if my handwriting is straight, messy, or a mix of anything. It's just get the crap out of my head. And so I have several pages of just the cream Filofax paper. I'm using what I have, and I have plenty of that. And then in the very back, I have just a couple of other dailies. And this is from Peanuts Planner Co. And then I think this one might be from Simple and Trendy Co. But I just thought if I ever have why don't I have a more structured whatever, that they're here for me. The next section is my health and wellness section. And this is where I have another Filofax ruler because this is another place that I come to every single day. So I have this dated bundle from Peanuts Planner Co. And this is where I am taking my Zig dot marker and using my key and coming in and what workout I did of the day, just so I can kind of see, am I doing as well with mixing things up as I want to, or am I only walking, or whatever. And that might also mean that I wasn't feeling well that week because I walk almost every single day. I try to walk at least 6 days a week. And so if I have a whole bunch of walking, I could probably come back and see in my health tracker that I was actually sick at that time. So yeah, it's just a snapshot of being able to see what I did. This is going to replace the Hobonichi Weeks section in the front where you have the same layout. Obviously, it looks a little different because it's the Hobonichi Weeks, but this is where I'm going to come in and update health symptoms, tracking my cycle if I ever get it again, and intimacy, that kind of thing. And I think this one is from Simple and Trendy Co. Also, in my health section, I started, obviously not the first day of the year, but I started a gratitude tracker. I think that is really important for me because I naturally am somebody who is kind of a pessimist and I have anxiety and I struggle with that a lot. That it's going to be better for me if I take a positive and end my day with something good that happened, as big or small as it was. I'm also going to get back to tracking my weight. I walked away from that for a few months because I was really struggling with how strict I was being with everything weight related with my weight loss journey. And so I'd like to get back to hopefully a healthier look at my weight. The next several pages here are also all personal health things. I have notes from going to my yearly, female exam, mammogram, that kind of thing. Notes about keto, notes about fasting, notes about perimenopause. And a beauty of rings is that some of these go back 3 years, and I'm able to take those pages with me and keep them in my current planner, and I don't have to rewrite those things. So I really do appreciate that. The next section is my tracking section, and I obviously have not filled this one out yet. I definitely fell off of the like recurring tasks adulting log when I left personal rings last year, and I would like to get back to doing this. So I will be filling those kinds of things out, just not on camera. So these were the things that I was supposed to be taking care of, and obviously I didn't use this planner last year. I just flipped it over. I guess I could have just notated that it was 2025 and not had to, you know what? No, I haven't put 2025 on there. So you know what? I just might do that. And I'll just use some whiteout. And now I don't have to rewrite all that. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then I have a spot here for online orders. And then I have another one for like YouTube expenses. And these are both from Peanuts Planner Co. And gosh, I think that the adulting one is this might be Alibi Designs. And I think this one is as well. And so this is a watch list, and this is where I'm going to keep track of our TV shows. I looked and looked and looked for something. I want an insert that has space for what TV show we were watching, like what season or whatever it was, a rating score, and then a place to just leave like a little, this is a character that we liked, or this is what we appreciated about this season, or what have you. And I couldn't find anything like that. And I looked and I looked and I looked, and I'm not really good at making inserts. So I don't know. What I thought I would do instead, since I didn't find what I was looking for, is that I would go ahead and take some grid paper or blank paper or whatever and kind of put it in here, because so we like Survivor, and we are several years behind because we watched all 40 seasons over a whatever time, and then we were just like burnt out on it and we stopped watching it. And so we've gone back and we've been watching through again. And this was one of our favorite seasons that we've ever seen. And so I would like to write that, because, the relationships between the people, it was just kind of special and different. If you watch Survivor, then you know what I'm talking about. But there's nowhere in this insert to write those things down. And so I think that I will slip pages in and kind of help utilize that. We do want to try to watch more movies this year, and I thought I had several to write down, but it turns out that we watched them like New Year's Eve and the days leading up to New Year's Eve, and so I was like, well, I can't put these down on here yet. And then I have several pages of a bookshelf, and again, I'm sorry, I don't remember because I bought these inserts so long ago. This is either going to be from Simple and Trendy Co. or Alibi Designs. I think this one is Simple and Trendy Co. though. And then this one could be as well. I don't know. But both of those shops are on Etsy. But I wanted something like this kind of for my watch list for movies and my TV. Yeah, kind of like this. So it has a little note space. But I'm going to be putting audiobook if I'm listening to it, rather than the pages if it's, a physical book or a Kindle book or whatever. I listen to a lot of audiobooks at work. I'm listening to, it's called Down to Sleep. And I love his voice so much. I am a Patreon member of his, and I was listening to Pride and Prejudice, but he hasn't finished the book yet. So I've had to move on to something else while I wait for him to record the next however many whatever of Pride and Prejudice. So that's why this one hasn't been filled out yet. And I'm currently listening to The Haunting of Hill House. So yeah, I'm just going to notate. I'm going to keep all the books in a running order, whether I read them or listened to them, and I'll just notate if it was an audiobook. But I have several of those because like I said, I do listen to a lot of books at work, and then I also read. This was the last year's that I started, and I think that this one was just my physical book, like not audiobook, but I didn't keep up with it because I left Rings. Yeah. And then I have done this for years in the past, a Christmas section for my family, and this one was obviously for 2024. And I'm leaving it here for now, but I think what's going to happen is I think I'm going to reprint these, and this is from Peanuts Planner Co. And I think I'm going to have one page for each family member because I seem to always run out of room. But if you ever have had to hide presents from a child, you will know why we do this. So we usually don't unwrap everything. We keep it like in their Amazon packages or wherever it came from. So I have this notated for if I purchased it, if it arrived, and if we've wrapped it, because we have lost things in the past. Let's see. And then I just have a couple of Peanuts Planner Co.'s menu and groceries list, which this used to definitely not be enough room for us, but now that quite a few of our kids are working and not everybody is here more nights, I guess, than I guess it's kind of even. Sometimes we're just alone. Sometimes we have all the kids here. Um, so we're buying less food is what I meant to say, that we're buying less food. And then the last section is my list section. And I have this calendar in here. It's part of the 2025 calendar bundle from Peanuts Planner Co. And I don't know if I will utilize this or not. Before, I have just kind of cut this whole section off and I've used this calendar. But I have this calendar in here because in this section, I have this list of things that I want to do in 2025. And so it's always that way, like especially during the holidays. And we'll say, oh, well, we'd really like to go do this next year. So these are the kinds of things that I am writing down. So that's kind of why I have the calendar close by so that I can kind of, oh yeah, maybe we could schedule this. And so I might end up using that for this. So if it's fall and I come in here and I'm like, well, this is what I'd like to do at fall. So we'll say these are the things that we'll do. Oh, I can't even, it's all the way over there. I might notate these things. I might move them here and I might not. But for now, I just figured I'd keep it. So I have my things to do and then my wish list, a packing list, and then I just have various kinds of paper. And then in the very back, I have, again, more Post-it notes so that I can get this crap out of my head. Some money and a couple of other things. Sometimes I use, so this is obviously a Filofax Malden, but like I have my Sojourner rings that I really, really love, but the leather is nice and floppy. So I keep this in so that no matter what planner cover I'm in, I won't have to worry about it being like too floppy. So I don't even know where this came from. I think this might have been in a Moterm set, but it's just this uh, page lifter, I think is what it's called. I did cut out my Filofax Malden pen loop because it was atrociously small and I basically ruined the leather trying to soften it up. And I do have this, and I think this one is this is a Leuchtturm, and I just have it attached to an old Foxy Fix something or other that somebody sent me when I bought a planner of theirs sometime in the past. So that works just fine. And then I have some of my transparent sticky tabs here in the back of my Malden. Is it necessary for me to have all of those? No, but it's also not hurting anything. So if I'm using this particular pen, and this is another one of those Uni Jetstream Light Touch, I think is what the line is called. I found this particular color. I found this particular color on Tokyo Pen Shop's website, and this is, hold on, it just came today. Sorry, this is Bitter Orange. Now I prefer 0.7. She only sells 0.5 at the Tokyo Pen Shop. You can get refills in 0.7 on Jet pens though. And so that's what I've done here because I really like the 0.7. But that is my personal Filofax Malden flip through. And somebody had asked me on Instagram, yes, this is an older model. This one is, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old maybe at this point. It's really loved in, loved in. It's loved on and lived in, and it's super flexible and supple. And its only real flaw was the horrific pen loop. Yeah. So that is my planner, and I hope that you enjoyed this flip through. Thanks for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, please consider subscribing. Can't wait to talk to you in the comments below, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.